there is a way better way to do air conditioning. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can put on a backpack mini split onto your fifth wheel so you can go boondocking and keep your air conditioning running the whole time. All right, hey guys, how's it going? It's a beautiful Saturday and we're going to get some stuff done on the Alliance Valor today. The middle air conditioner is just not working. The compressor seems to be working, not like it's a capacitor problem. I think it's some kind of other problem with it. So one of the things that I thought I would try, one of the off-grid mini split systems. So my idea is to move the air conditioner from the front compartment here to the middle, because this one's working fine, and then put the mini split in our room, because it's, number one, not a lot of area to cool, and then number two, if we want to be off-grid, Tina and I want to sleep well, we can turn our air on and it should work pretty well. So I thought what I would do, show you this mini split system, take it out of the box so I can get like the dimensions and everything, and I have to figure out where to put it. So that's the thing, it's not just something that sits on your roof, you gotta put the lower condensing unit somewhere. And right off the bat, I'm thinking putting it maybe down underneath. So let's get it out of the box, I'll show you what it is, I'll show you where I got it from, and then maybe later on in the season we can talk some more about whether I can recommend it. Let me go grab it. All right, here we go. Inside we have line set. It's not very long at all. This is a line set, and what strikes me right off the bat is that it has the same kind of hookups as like a car will. All right, so there's an indoor and an outdoor unit. Here's another line set. Got two lines. Okay, this one's a little fatter. I like that it's rubber. Should be easier to install. This box here. This is the indoor unit. First thing that comes to mind is this plastic right here just feels a little cheap. So here's the unit right here. This must be the power. It's got a nice little squirrel cage fan. This is a 24 volt system, okay? So we got 24 volts. And then this right here is where you hook up the drain. This is the drain tube. Very cheap feeling tube, but you know, not bad, it'll be fine. Here's some things, some tape and a remote and a piece of foam. All right, so that's the indoor unit right there. Okay, here's the outdoor unit. It's basically looks like a radiator. That's where one of the line sets hooks up right there. This part goes to the indoor unit, and then this part with the fuses and everything will just hook straight up to battery power. The plastic feels a little cheap too, and if you look right here, it's got a little crack to it right there. This stuff on the side feels pretty strong, so which is good because that's how you're gonna hang this up, right? I'm gonna hang it up like basically like this. My thoughts of where this is gonna go, right up here. Spot right there. This spot is open. There was a TV here that we took off, and it's behind this door. The door can only open this far, and so otherwise this is just an open spot that never changes. That should work fine. That should work fine. This would be a good spot for it. So the compressor, I'm thinking, is gonna go right here. So take this poop hose off and attach the compressor right to this, and then up here somehow. I don't think there's anything that goes across this way. If I could just bolt it to this, man, that would be sweet, because that would be like installation done. If somehow we can go straight up from here, we can make this line set run right in here and go doo-doo-doo, and that's it. It's done. All right, here's what I did. Drilled through the propane tank, drilled a couple holes right there, okay? And then in this passageway, it comes up and goes up into the room. So it comes in 2 holes right there. I don't think I'll have a lot of excess line at all. My hope was that I could run it back here in the door and kind of tuck it away, but I think all I'm gonna be able to do is just run it straight up to where I want the unit to be. I got it temporarily put on here. This was really hard to get at back there because there's an internal like box in there that where the generator goes. It's like totally sealed so that the gas can't get anywhere. So I had to like reach back, but I got a bolt in there. So I got a bolt in there and bolt on the other side. I'm gonna take this and get a couple self-tapping screws, longer ones, and put them in here on the other side too, probably right in there, and then self-tap one up in here. There's a beam that goes across right there, so that'll carry that weight. Most of the weight is right here, so that'll be perfect because it'll be right there. Okay, so I got those. Let me put this in, screw it to the wall simply. Next steps are the ones that I don't really know what to do, and the instructions are no help. They're not like, hey, this is what you need to do. It just says you need to vacuum it out, and then you need to put Freon in it. So I'm gonna do a little bit of research to figure out what the best course of action is for that. Okay, so one thing. I had to put a couple washers here in order to get this to really clamp down. All right, let's go take a look outside too. There it is. Comes down in here, goes straight out there, One thing I have left to do is run the drain hose, but that'll come right down and should be able to slide right through here too. And then it goes down from here, from there, down there, and right into the compressor. Now I gotta go to Lowe's and get some more self-trapping screws because I'm gonna screw it up here and then screw it into the box a couple more times, but it was like impossible to get back there because there's a generator box. We are all set to do the Freon in here now. We just got back from Harbor Freight. Let me show you what we got. We needed a vacuum pump, and then we need the RC 134 AC manifold gauge set. Test, diagnose, and recharge 134 air systems. All right, the first thing we have to do is get out our gauges, and then we're gonna hook it up. We got 2 hookups. One is for the low pressure, which is this one right here. It's the smaller one. And so on this particular one, you don't need to have any kind of adapters or anything. It just hooks right up. And you're gonna wanna make sure that you tighten all your stuff because if you have a leak, you don't know where your leak's coming from. So make sure all that stuff is tight. So this part goes here, and this has like gaskets and everything, so it should make it nice, tight seal. So red signifies the high pressure stuff. So we got the red here. That goes on this one back here. Low pressure is right here, like that. Now we have shutoffs on both the ends and here. So we're gonna open these up on the ends so that they're open. And then on here, we're gonna hook the yellow up. The yellow goes to the vacuum pump. So I'm gonna plug this in, turn it on. So the vacuum pump is getting all the stuff out. Oh, and this one's open too. So it says to run the vacuum for about 20 minutes. So we'll do that. And while that's doing that, I'm gonna go find my refrigerant stuff. I let the vacuum pump run for about 20 minutes or so, just stopped it. And the key is now to just watch the gauges and make sure they don't move off of the negative. So it's on -30 right there. And then we're supposed to put some Freon in it. One thing that I messed up basically is that we got the cans and we got the end of the gauges right there, but what we don't have is what's called a can tap. Just found one on Amazon for you. So do R134 can tap. And then that way you can put it on the can and then put it on the yellow. And then basically you open it up to allow the stuff to go in. But since we don't have that, what we're gonna do is just take this and unhook it there. Now that we got a vacuum on the system, we'll just hook up our standard automotive stuff here. We got the filler and then a couple cans. And the instructions told us that we could put 600 grams of Freon in here. So that's cool, that's about 2 of these cans. So we know, put 2 cans in and then boot it up and see how it goes. Okay, so here's the indoor unit. Everything's hooked up. Once you do this, once you vacuum it and fill it up with air conditioning stuff, the Freon and everything, you can't bust these open again because then the Freon would get out and you know that's illegal and all that stuff. So you got to make sure you do the install completely before you load it up with the Freon. I took one of the plugs off of here. The water can either come out here or here, and I'm gonna want it to come out here, so I'm glad I only took one off because I have no idea where this one is. So the water will come out there and it'll go straight down, drip on out. So I'm pretty excited about this. I'm hoping that it works really well. All right, let's go fill it up. Okay, so we still have the vacuum, which is cool. What we're gonna do now is get my charging stuff ready. I got 2 full cans. So I'm gonna pop this off and then we're gonna charge this. You can hear it going in, right? The way I understand it is that since we put a vacuum on the system, it's gonna suck the air in. But now I think we gotta run the compressor. Okay, so now I filled it. So I'm gonna go ahead and hook this up to the battery. So this is 24-volt system. We're gonna hook it right up. This has a fuse in it, so that's why I'm cool with just hooking it directly up to the batteries. All right, let's go inside. Turn it on here. 16C. Wow. Okay, let's go outside and check and see if the compressor's on. The compressor is on. All right, let's fill it up. Our gauge is still in the green, which is good, but we got to put another can in. Let's go inside and check it out.
Oh, wow.
Right? The air that it's blowing is cold. I like the battery indicator. Look at that. That's cool.
Does that connect to your battery?
Yeah, so this is...
It'll always tell you what your battery's at.
All right, let's check and see how much watts it's using right now. Since we got it hooked up to the battery, that's the only thing the battery is powering right now. So battery 1 here is using 825 watts, okay? Air conditioner running full cooling, it's using 825 watts. So we need to go, oh yeah, it's getting everything wet. We need to hook up the drain tube real fast. We got the water tube installed and it's not long enough. Right now it's dripping down in the bay. So I just gotta get a longer hose. To be honest, I didn't notice anything really different with this unit. It made the same sound. And I almost thought, wow, I wonder if this thing is still cooling or not. And the only thing that really happened was there was a little indicator right there. It just shut off, okay? So I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. I'm wondering if it's still cooling. So then I pulled up my battery app and I looked and it's using 35 watts, okay? So that, I mean, to me is huge. You wanna know why? Okay, because at one time that we were at Center Lake Campground and it was so blazing hot, we wanted to run the air conditioner overnight. So what we did was we set it to 75, and that way the air conditioner would cycle. When it would turn on, it'd be about 1200 watts, okay, when that's running. When it would stop cooling, the fan would run, and the fan ran at about 2 to 250 watts, okay? So just the fan motor in these things take about 200 watts of power, which was crucial though to us because we didn't want to wake up through the night. I want this thing to make pretty much the same sound all night long, so it's not like cycling on and off and waking us up. Now, these things, you can tell when the compressor shuts off. It's like, you know, it kind of makes a sound, and it, you know, you can't hear the compressor running. This, I couldn't even hear it turn off. It made the same sound, but I went outside and the compressor wasn't running. The fan wasn't running at all. The temp is still at 71 in here. The air is, it's not as cold, right, for sure, but I want to see if it will kick back on, right? I want to see at what point it'll kick on, and not really hot outside, so this might not be the best time to run this test, but I really am excited that the non-cooling part of this only takes 37 watts. I'm going to turn this down to 20, so that should kick it on. Oh, okay, notice the fan light came on, and the power's going up. It's going into 600 watt range, kind of hanging out right there by the 600 watt range, and the air is cold again. Couldn't even really hear it. So yeah, now we're at 500 watts and it's running. So I think the cycle part is gonna make just a monster difference. The big thing for this, how sensitive is the thermometer? One thing that super bugged me about the Cougar is that the temperature monitor thing was like on the wall and the air conditioner blew on it. So when the air conditioner was blowing cold, it would cool down the thermostat pretty quickly and then shut it off, and so the temperature swings in the room were wild. This, I don't want it to swing at all. I mean, for the perfect system, I want to set it at 20 and be like 20 in the room. That would make this the ultimate air conditioner system for RVs. Basically, I drilled a hole through that back wall there and it comes through, and then so I hooked it right into the battery terminals. I got negative here, positive here. These come down, these deliver the power to both the grow watts there and get it from the batteries here. Now we're all hooked up. It's 83 degrees in here. Let's turn this on, set at 20 degrees. So whenever you turn this on, it goes to full fan power. All right, going from 83. Just let it run like this for a little while. All right, fan's running, compressor's running, everything is good. Okay, so I just was out here, you know, taking care of some cable management and everything. I heard it kick down a whole level. Like the compressor stopped running so fast. The fan now kicked down a level. So let's go and see what temperature is like inside. Fan is still running at, I put it on 4, 76 degrees in here. So it kicked it down a level when it got to be 76. Now battery 2 is using 296. Battery 1 is using 423, 296, 423. So we're about 725, 700 watts-ish. Total system, that's the whole system now, is 80 degrees outside. Sun is still out. A few minutes have passed. The compressor smart enough to kick down a notch. So it must have a multi-level thermometer in there that says, all right, now it's not super hot in here, now it's just hot. Let's keep this thing going. Air is coming out still nice and cold, so it was able to be a little bit more efficient. Now we're gonna see if one could do it. So I'm pretty excited that it can bring it from 83 degrees down to 75 pretty easily. It's only been running for 10-15 minutes or so. All right, update. It has reached 74 degrees inside the room here. Outside, as I'm cleaning things up, you can definitely tell that it's, you know, dropped a bunch of levels. So let's see what kind of power we're using. Battery 2 is 314. Battery 1 is 377. So 314, 377, we're at 700 on the whole system. It's been about 20 minutes or so, maybe 25 since I turned it on. It's on number 1 right now. So is it the quietest thing in the world? No. But is it the most efficient? Maybe. If you're thinking about how to make your camper nice and cool and you have a battery pack of at least 24 or 48 volts, this could be a great option for you. Not only can you run it directly off your battery and save lots of power, but that also means that you don't need to have such a big inverter in your camper because you're not running 120 volt loads, you're running a 24 volt load straight from it. Then your inverter's left to do other things in the camper, like run your coffee maker or anything like that. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. I'll do my best to help. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Talk to you soon. Thanks, bye.